Okay, good morning on this busy Tuesday. Starts June 23rd, 2026. Eddie Fury Review on WMIC AM 660, 95.3 FM, WTGV 97.7, streaming online at sandlakebroadcasting.com. Click the listen live link. We're also on our Sand Lake Broadcasting Facebook Live. We're here with a rep from the Sand Lake County Community Mental Health here in Sandusky, located running our main drag here. Go to sandlakecmh.org is the website. They also have a Facebook page as well. We had this gentleman on, I do believe, last month, Clinical Supervisor Jeff Thompson. I got that right?
You betcha.
Okay, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you? Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, so they sent you
Yeah,
to the
that's
wolves.
so. I don't have my wingman today. I think Will has trusted me to fly alone, which
Yeah,
in itself is a little scary.
right. You're on the current commercial that we're running, for folks don't know. All right, so this month, June, last week, what, May was, last month was what considered what? Overall mental health?
Mental health awareness.
Okay.
Yeah.
This month has been what?
This month is June is Men's Health Month. We've taken a slice out of that for men's mental health.
Okay.
So
After what happened yesterday with the Michigan head coach leaving, they may need it.
we all need a little therapy right now.
Yeah. We had the Tigers win though
That
over the
was good.
Yankees.
Good
Yes.
game.
So,
Yep.
you got some notes here. Let's talk about this. What's the aspect on this?
Well, it's interesting that those of us that grew up watching Rocky movies and
Yeah.
the WWF, and if you're old like me, you did roller derby on Saturday mornings.
Okay.
But all those all those sports are really not conducive to sharing your emotions.
Hmm.
And so there's a National Institute of Mental Illness has what they call a 40% rule, and it means that 40% of men have never discussed their mental health.
Hmm.
That's quite a chunk.
Right. Yeah, I do sometimes after way too much with my bartender. Yeah. Bartenders are usually the unofficial psychiatrist or therapist, you could say.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can incorporate that at CMH. Matter of fact,
It's not healthy though.
it's not healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do stress the recovery aspect of it, but anytime you could talk to somebody about what's in here, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And again, my dad never sat down with me and Jeff. Let's talk about your emotions. I might have
Mm.
probably dropped over had he said that.
Right.
But, I would encourage people that if you run a church, a men's group,
Hmm.
or a bowling league or softball league, just pay attention to changes in your buddies.
Yeah.
You can notice that a little person's a little more reclusive, and those we men have the same emotions, but we share them differently.
Yeah.
Whereas the female might come out in sadness or loneliness, something like that.
You know pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ours usually comes out in aggression or anger, frustration.
Yeah.
So if that increases, might be a little note to have a talk with your buddy.
Yeah, I think the golf course helps a little bit for me.
Sure.
I
That,
think with me, my father, and my brother, yeah, we get things out a little bit better. Yeah, a lot
of course,
much better now.
the golf
So
course can bring out frustration too.
it can, yeah. But then one shot is all it takes,
That's
So
all it takes. Yep.
so yeah, and I think that's what it is here. You just take one shot at it, and then
Right.
things get a little bit easier after
Yeah.
that. So I think yeah, I'm able to do that with my best buddy. When we drive down, we
Hmm.
catch up. It's kind of like how you can incorporate that. You're
Yep.
catching up with your friends and all that. Then you can
Right.
say, you
And,
know,
and a lot of times the significant other usually has a good perspective, but sometimes it's not always the best rule of thumb for them to bring it up. Uh,
is it because of the macho factor of it, or you call it?
as far as sharing
Yeah.
that, yeah. And again, it's you get a bunch of teenage guys together, and
No.
you know,
Yeah.
excuse me, how's your mental health? It's typically not part of the conversation. So,
Yeah.
and we take that out of the teenage years and go into adulthood and still kind of be secretive about the way we feel.
Yeah. Is this something you learned as you got into your position here?
Um, my family itself struggles with mental illness.
Yeah.
And so I learned early the value of sharing emotions. I just didn't have anyone in the family that would listen.
Open that door. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah, when I came into this profession, that's really, I really noticed that those guys are much more secretive.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a little bit more. Yeah, I'm definitely a lot more. You would hope to be a lot more open, probably with your significant other too. I mean, the
Hmm.
wife or partner
Right.
would be the one, that you hope you can. That's how it's supposed to be till death do us part and all that. So.
Correct.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And again, a lot of times the spouse or the significant other, they notice the changes before anyone.
They know you better
So,
than anybody else probably
yep.
would. Yeah. So.
And
Yeah.
sometimes won't let us forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. All right. So, do you guys have any support groups going on dealing with that?
Not specifically to men. We have a recovery group that
Yeah.
is primarily men.
Really?
But
Okay.
yeah, if anyone in the community wants to start a little men's support group, that would be good.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes men will go to the sporting event before they'll go to a support group.
That's a
So
good way of bonding, though.
it
And
is.
talking
It really
right there.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in the boring part of the game or something like
Right.
that. Yeah. So that, or on the way to the bathroom, you're waiting in line.
Right. Strike up a conversation about your mental health there.
Sometimes it's easier with complete strangers, though. So
This is very true.
yeah.
I
So,
think that's why a therapist has a little advantage there. Somebody going to someone that they don't know.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and there's also the thought that they're not judging me. Where if I share my feelings with others in the family, who knows? They might judge me. So,
Right. All right. We're going to take a break here and check in with the weather forecast. Be back here with Jeff in just a bit. And again, this month has been what?
it's Men's Health Month. We choose to say Men's Mental Health Month.
Men's Mental Health Month. Okay, but men's health overall. So yeah, okay. All right, we check in with the weather forecast. John McMurray here with Jeff Thompson, clinical supervisor. So you wanted to bring up some notes about men's overall mental health.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's if you look at the statistics, we men are 4 times more likely to die by suicide.
Yeah,
That's significant.
that's high.
Yep.
Very high.
And
Yeah.
and if you take into consideration where we are, rural America, agriculture, a lot of people in the transportation business, blue collar workers, and that's typically where it hits most.
Yeah.
So
High stress, overworked, long hours, no time.
keep going.
Life.
Yep. Life. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about when something happens in life, life doesn't contact you and say, "Hey, I'm going to clear your schedule for the next month because there's going to be a death in the family." Nope.
Yeah.
Life keeps adding on and adding on, and
The piling.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So.
if you don't take time away or time to process, it can be overwhelming.
Yeah, the financial aspect too can really affect too.
Absolutely.
That's another major factor there.
Yep.
So yeah. So yeah, I was really taken aback about the agriculture,
Hmm.
rates and farmers and all that
Yep.
across the nation overall. So
You bet.
yeah, it's devastating.
It is.
So yeah. So
And if you look at those typically male-dominated areas as far as occupations, maybe not so much anymore, but typically. And
Yeah.
so, yeah. And again, the loneliness, the isolation, that's another thing to watch out for in our friends.
you're saying to take that vacation, right?
You bet.
You were just telling me you need to recharge. That's where it does kind of fall into. You're in that rut, I guess you could
Yeah.
say. So,
And it's easy not to get out of that rut and give yourself a
Yeah.
break.
yeah.
Of course, some vacations can be stressful too. Eh?
I know these kids hate this. They hate Wally World or Cedar Point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, with my stress, I guess I use humor a lot in the family,
Hmm.
and it does help. I think.
It does help.
Laughing is a little bit decent medicine. So.
Yep.
But so is the sunshine. So plenty of it today. Please get out in it.
Go to the
So.
beach and laugh.
That and or take a lunch outside.
There we
Don't
go.
eat inside. So yeah, I did that. Try to do that at least once a week with a wife. it's a real quick, easy trip to the Diamond Trail to do that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, on the picnic table. So,
It's interesting. A lot of times I'll see my coworkers walking by my window
yeah,
on their break or on their lunch hour. Not that I do that, but
yeah,
that's a good thing to do.
it's probably you should. You took notice because that's what I should be doing.
That's right.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
So,
All right. Anything else here?
no, just again, keep your eye on family members. Any changes in behavior that you see, somebody being a little more isolated than usual.
Hmm.
Just bring up that mental health issue.
Yeah. How do you pick that up though? Sometimes maybe that's how he wants to be, or how do you pick up the signs?
Well, I think that's part of the issue that we don't want to offend the person. Maybe that's just
Right.
their choice.
You want your personal space?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
say, hey, notice that you've been a little bit different lately. Everything okay?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'd rather say something and have them think that I'm weird than choose not to and wish I had later on.
Strike up a friendly conversation.
You take
That's
them
easy.
golfing.
Yes. Take me golfing, please. It is a stressor though sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, I think as I got older too, and this is a learning aspect, just to let things go because some things are just really trivial.
Right.
And I try to really put the priorities what really matter. And it's
Yep.
like, you know what? That is really not.
Of all the things to worry about,
Yeah.
does this fall into that category?
That's the quote right there of all the things to worry about.
Yep.
Why that? So, yeah. But, yeah, you can, and of course, people worry about the world and all that, but you can only take care of where you're at now. So, can't save everything. We got other people doing that, hopefully.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, cross your fingers.
We'll just worry that they're doing their job.
Yeah, so we hope so. All right. So how? With these groups that you get together with, this is something that somebody has to sign up for.
Yeah, if they're in services with us at St. Alex CMH, we have, again, we have a good recovery group going.
Mhm.
We have other therapy-related groups,
Yeah.
but I know a lot of churches do like a men's group,
Yeah.
which is really good, really good.
There's a group that gets together at the donut shop in town there, a group of farmers, and they kind of go over the Bible a little bit.
Very cool.
And I like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Just, I may not buy into the whole Bible aspect of it, but the fact that they're all there together,
That's
just talking and hanging
You
out
bet.
with a cup of coffee and all that,
Yep.
that's really neat how I guess a couple guys really wanted to put that together, and I thought
Mhm.
that was neat how they all just get together and hang out. They get up early too. When I drive through, they're in there in about the 5-ish hour there,
Wow.
and then they're there for a good hour, and then they go on the day's work there, and I like that. So
Part
yeah,
of that is it's a huge normalizing process. You talk to somebody and, hey, I'm struggling with this. Oh, really? Me too.
yeah,
It's like, okay, well, I'm not the only one in the world struggling with this.
right,
So sometimes it takes the ease off that I'm not the only one that is struggling with this issue.
yeah, and I think I just recently got together with the sports guys. I think that's when we just kind of hang out and
Right?
things come out. So that's a good thing to
You bet.
those groups,
Yep.
support groups there. All right, SandLakeCMH.org is the website. They also have a Facebook page. Next month, what is it? In July.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I did get an email about it, but I'm old, so I forget
Okay.
things like that. So I'll just use that as a crutch.
But it doesn't just have to be this month. Overall, overall mental health, it should be
Absolutely.
year round, just like any
Yep.
helping out there too. So, Jeff Thompson, he is a clinical supervisor, and that's where he works tonight. It's you've gone through things yourself and use that as a basis on your
Yeah.
experience, and it does help to get things out. So, yeah.
Thanks again for having me on.
Yeah, appreciate you. Top of the hour news and